$44 silver. Are you having a hard time wrapping your head around that concept? Well, by the end of this video, you'll see it very clear and how we could have $44 silver, heck, by the end of summer. Let's go, basement dwellers. We deserve this. Our time could have come. Is this the summer of love for the silver price? Let's look at the big picture. I'll give you a little hint. Money printing. And then let's talk about the silver specific attributes that could easily result in a mid 40s per ounce silver price by the end of the summer. And then I've got a big warning for you at the end of the video. But I want to say thank you for joining me here in the basement. It's always a big honor to me when you come join us in the basement. We want you to feel like you found a new little home away from home to talk about precious metals, to get some friendship and camaraderie. So thanks for being here. Please give this a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But let's start by talking about the big picture factors affecting the silver price right now. And it all has to do with money printing. Yes, our old friend Gomer Powell from the United States Federal Reserve. The first thing we can talk about is inflation is supposedly down. That was the big news today, okay? That allows the Fed to be more dovish with their monetary policy. The next big factor is that the employment market is also down. The jobs data is going down. Both of those factors are lagging economic indicators and will make sure that the Fed will be able to lower rates as we go into the future, and eventually they're going to be stuck printing money. More on that a little bit later. The economy in general is down. Just look around, right? Look at the parking lots at the restaurants. Look around. The economy is down. Again, another reason why the Fed will be loose with monetary policy. It's also an election year. You know what that means, right? They're going to juice the economy any way they can. That's also known as money printing. Oh, and by the way, all that money printing is very supportive for the silver and gold price for that matter. But we're a little focused on silver today. Look, at the end of the day, this is the final big picture attribute that we're going to talk about. Then we're going to move on to more silver specific ideas, and they are overwhelming. But at the end of the day, the Fed is going to have to monetize the debt of the United States. The debt has grown so big. The system is so out of control. Now we have an economy that's crashing. The only thing they're going to be able to do is print more. We are really in a doom loop. Silver and gold both will do very, very well. But what specifically is going on right now with silver that makes it even more interesting? Before we get to that, I want to say thank you to channel sponsor Pinbex, P-I-M-B-E-X. If you want to get your hands on some gold, silver, or platinum group metals, please support channel sponsor Pinbex. You'll find, right, but you need to find this out for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I do believe, basement dwellers, that you'll find they have the best prices, best selection. They're a company you can trust. Orders $299 and higher get free shipping, and you'll have a lot of fun unpacking your package because there will be more metal for your money in that package from Pinbex, and it'll be wrapped up like a little miniature Fort Knox. Now, let's talk about some of these silver-specific ideas. Number one, we know the deficit in silver is growing and growing. What are we in our fourth year of a silver deficit? The reality is this, guys, there's only so much of a slush fund above ground. Okay, there's only so much of a reserve that they can continue to pull silver out of. The amount of silver being provided by the mining companies and by the recycling efforts aren't meeting the demand, so they're needing to pull it out of the above ground reserve, the above ground slush fund. But that slush fund is limited, and every year it is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Okay, silver production continues to decrease. Now, not at an alarming rate, but the last few years, we've seen the mining companies produce less and less silver. The massive demand potential, we could go on for hours and hours talking about that, but the reality is we know the solar industry, right? The electronics industry, the electric car industry, the nuclear industry. I heard somebody say that last night. How much silver is used by the nuclear power? I mean, everything that has to do with energy is silver. The new oil, right? The last 100 years, oil transformed the world. It was the energy commodity. Is silver right now, right? Becoming the new oil for the next 100 years. Could that 100 or so ounces of silver, maybe 1,000, maybe more, that you might be sitting on, could that become the equivalent of what oil was over the next last 100 years over the next 100 years? It very likely could. Hey, I also want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mining Gold. They make this video possible. You can learn more about them at firstmininggold.com. And Fortuna Mining, they're a silver and gold miner with operations in Latin America and West Africa. You can learn more about them at fortunamining.com. Seriously, thanks to our sponsors. They make these videos possible. Couple other critical points to remember about silver. One of them's a big, big warning to you, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Silver Stacker, okay? But you got to remember this about silver. Little secret. Silver's got a lot of catching up to do. A lot of catching up to do, okay? Silver always lags gold, and it has been doing that. Now, we've seen some compression in the gold to silver ratio, but nothing like what we've experienced in the past. And why not look at history, right? When the gold to silver ratio dropped as low as 20, 30, right? Right now it's sitting around 80-ish, maybe 76-ish. Heck, if we had a 50-to-1 gold to silver ratio right now, the price of silver would be significantly higher, right? That $44 per ounce, right, would be in the rearview mirror. I think if my math is correct, we'd be at about $48 per ounce for silver. So silver has a ton of catching up to do just to get back to kind of the historical averages. But don't forget, silver's oftentimes guilty of a slingshot move, meaning not only does it catch up, but baby, it keeps going. It's time to put boots on the warehouse floor. It's time to make some feathers fly in the world of precious metals in general, but in particular when it comes to silver. Now, are you ready for a bit? I got to warn you, big warning. Don't tell anybody about this, right? Now that we're on the cusp of this major rally in the silver price and the gold price, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, that's not the warning, but that is a warning. I could be wrong, right? Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I'm saying. It's the way I see it. Listen to me, listen to other people, make up your own mind. But the big warning is this. Still, don't drive yourself crazy trying to tell your friends and neighbors and family all about silver. Trust me, you can ask my mommy and daddy. I tried that years ago. You can talk to my friends. I know they aren't really interested, okay? So don't drive yourself crazy trying to tell them about the keen attributes of investing in silver and gold, because you know why? They're going to find out on their own. Let's say 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years from now. You're going to be inundated with people asking you questions about precious metals. And at that point, you can feel good inside. You were willing anytime, right? Don't give people help unless they ask for it. Otherwise, trust me, you are going to drive yourself crazy, and it's already difficult enough dealing with this world. Again, I hope that you found your time here in the basement to be calming, soothing, maybe a little entertaining, maybe a little tad educational. We're going to look forward to seeing you basement dwellers down here again soon. Don't forget, please give this a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, and super chats, super thanks are always super appreciated. But what we really appreciate is the time that you, yes, you have given us right now. Have a great day. Be nice to yourself, and I'll see you soon.